You're standing in the dark, something's breathing behind you. Your only defense is a camera, and to deal damage, you have to let the ghost get closer. Closer. That's not a bit, that's the actual gameplay of Fatal Frame 2, and this remake just dropped a free demo. So before you buy, let me save you some time. Alright, let's start from the top for anyone who's never touched a Fatal Frame game. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly originally came out in 2003 on PlayStation 2, and it is widely considered one of the scariest games ever made. It's already got a Wii remake back in 2012, but the Wiimote controls aged about as well as milk in the sun. So Tecmo and Team Ninja decided to rebuild it again from scratch for modern hardware. The story follows two sisters, Mio and Mayu, who stumble into Minakama village, an abandoned Japanese village infested with wraiths. The village is cursed. It's tied to something called the Crimson Sacrifice Ritual, which uses twins as offerings. Your only tool for fighting back is the camera Obscura, a supernatural camera that damages ghosts when you photograph them. The entire combat system revolves around framing a ghost in your viewfinder, waiting for the perfect moment, and snapping the shot. The game literally rewards you for letting terrifying things get as close to you as possible before you defend yourself. It's genius game design and it's absolutely evil. This remake launches March the 12th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch 2 and PC via Steam. Standard edition is $49.99 and £45. Digital Deluxe is $69.99 and £52.99. A free demo dropped on March the 5th across all platforms, and your progress carries over to the full game, so you can try it before you buy it right now. So here's the big question. What's actually different? Because this isn't a remaster. This isn't a fresh coat of paint, this is a ground up rebuild, and the changes are significant. The visuals, the character models, environments and cinematics have been completely rebuilt. The village is dripping with atmosphere, humid, foggy, oppressive. The lighting and shadow work is doing serious heavy lifting here. If you played the PS2 version or the Wii version, this is going to feel like a different game the moment you step into the village. Looking at the cameras and controls, the fixed camera angles are gone. The remake uses a over-the-shoulder third-person camera, positioned close to the character, giving you full freedom to look around. This is a big change, and some purists aren't going to love it, but multiple previews say it actually makes the game scarier because you can't see what's behind you anymore. They've also added a dodge mechanic, crouch movement, and faster character movement overall. Team Ninja handled the controls, the same studio behind Noah and Ninja Gaiden, so the responsiveness is tight. The combat camera has massively expanded. There's now a focus slider that increases damage with clearer shots, a zoom function, and swappable filters that change the camera's offensive properties. The paraceptual filter extends range and can blind enemies. The exposure filter, it speeds up your shot rate and slows enemy movement. You're no longer just pointing and clicking, you're actively managing your loadout mid-fight. And the stealth, this is brand new. You can now turn off your flashlight and crouch to sneak past unaware ghosts. This was never in any previous Fatal game before, and previews are calling it one of the best additions. It adds a whole new layer of tension. Do you fight or risk losing resources, or do you try to sneak past and save your film? Some ghosts are now completely invincible. You can't fight them. Your only option is to run and find a hiding spot. Alien isolation style. This replaces the old system where you just walk to another room and the ghost will despawn. It's way scarier, way more dynamic, and ghosts can now tackle Mio on the ground and pin her, forcing a first person struggle when you have to photograph their face while they're on top of you. This is terrifying. It's a nerve-wracking panic moment that the original never had. The hand-holding mechanic is brand new. When Mio is with you, you can hold her hand. It heals you. It helps her avoid damage, and it deepens the emotional connections between the sisters. This mechanic was apparently planned for the original PS2 version but got cut due to hardware limitations. 23 years later, they finally got it in. And according to fan speculation and the overview trailer, how much you use this mechanic it may affect a brand new ending. Talking about endings, the remake includes all the original endings plus a new one called Yutsushi, which features a brand new song composed by the composer who did the original soundtrack. New areas, new side stories, and rearranged puzzles round out the package, making even returning players feel like they're experiencing something fresh. The free demo dropped on March the 5th and it's available on every platform. It covers the opening of the game, the first encounter, the atmosphere, and your first camera obscura fight. It's about 20 to 30 minutes long, and your save data, it carries over to the full game. Now, I have to be honest with you, the demo has sparked some controversy. On PS5, Xbox and Switch 2, the game runs at 30 FPS. Only the PC version runs at 60, and even that is capped. Some players on Reddit are also calling out aggressive film grain that obscures the image, and reports of micro stuttering and frame pacing issues on PS5. This is something to keep an eye on. The game is beautiful and 30 FPS can work for a slow-paced horror game. But if smooth performance is a deal breaker for you, the PC is your best bet, or just wait for a potential patch. The cutscenes are capped at 30 FPS across all platforms, including PC. But on the positive side, the Switch 2 version supports gyroscopic aiming, which is a fantastic fit for the camera obscura and is exclusive to that platform. So there's an actual argument for once for playing it on Switch 2 if that matters to you. Let me break this down honestly. If you've never played Fatal Frame, this is the perfect entry point. It's complete, self-contained story. You don't need to play the first game. The controls are modernized, the visuals are gorgeous, and the pacing has been improved. If you like horror games and you've never experienced the camera obscura combat system, you are in for something completely unlike anything else in the genre. There's nothing else like pointing a camera at a screaming ghost and waiting for the fatal frame moment. Nothing. If you played the original, this is not a shot-for-shot recreation. Puzzles are rearranged, areas are new, progression is different. And the stealth and chase mechanics fundamentally change how encounters feel. Plus, there's a new ending. Even if you played it 3 times, this will surprise you. If you're coming from Silent Hill 2 Remake or RE9, you're in the right headspace. This is slower, more atmospheric, and more methodical than either of those. Think less combat, more dread, less ammo management, more film management, and if you like psychological tension of Silent Hill and the exploration of classic Resident Evil, Fatal Frame 2 is the missing piece of that triangle. Here's my honest take. If you want a survival horror game that does something no other franchise does, where your weapon is a camera and the scariest mechanic is waiting, this is a day one buy. The remake is clearly built for love. Team Ninja's involvement means the controls are responsive, the new mechanics add actual depth, and the visuals upgrade transforms Minakami Village into one of the most atmospheric horror settings I've seen this generation. The 30 FPS situation on consoles is disappointing, and if that's a hard line for you, I respect that. Grab it on PC or just wait for a patch. But for everyone else, try the demo. It's free, it's on every platform. Your progress carries over, and for the first time a ghost lunges at you through the viewfinder, and your heart drops into your stomach. You'll know this game is worth every penny. That's everything you need to know before you buy. If you played the demo, drop your impressions in the comments. I want to know if the film grain bothered you or if you're already in love. If you want more horror content, check out my top 10 upcoming survival games for 2026 and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.